Greetings, everyone. I am James Milan, and this is the Town Hall Update. I am speaking with our Town Manager, Sandy Pooler. As the days are counting down, we have a number of things to talk about. As always, we will talk about town meeting, which is on the verge of starting, and there's some construction in the Chestnut Street area we want to talk about, an updated Veterans Honor Roll, and some other upcoming events of note. But we are going to start with a topic that has, well, I don't know if it's dominated these updates or the town conversation recently, but it's been a big one, and that is we're going to have a new town manager. So just tell us what residents should know about that, Sandy. And by the way, congratulations.
Well, thank you very much. Yes. Last week, the select board made an offer, which was accepted by James Feeney, who is our deputy town manager for operations. He has worked for the town for over 10 years in various positions. Started in the health department as a health inspector, rose through the ranks. At various points, he was the acting director of the recreation department and acting director of facilities. And now as the deputy town manager for operations, he oversees recreation facilities and public works. Those department heads report to him. He will start as town manager full-time on August 1st. I think the select board made an excellent choice, and I very much look forward to the job that Jim's going to do for the town of Arlington.
Thanks very much for that. And just for folks to know, if in case anybody doesn't, the reason I was congratulating Sandy, of course, is that this means that his and your Sandy, your retirement is is on track.
Exactly.
And we look forward, of course, to the next couple of months of continued updates with you and conversations. We will treasure every minute. But let us get on to the other topics to talk about today. Obviously, we are in the week before town meeting begins. So what can you tell us about that?
Town meeting starts on Monday, the 24th at 8 p.m. It will be the first in-person town meeting we've had since 2019. So I think we're all looking forward to being in town hall, seeing each other's faces, and conducting town meeting live. We have set up, the town moderator has set up certain parts in the balcony in one of our rooms in town hall so that people who want to be away from other town meeting members for health reasons and so forth can do that. But I think the vast majority of people will be on the floor of auditorium. There are 69 articles on the warrant this year, which isn't too bad. It's not as much as we've had in some previous years. So we're looking forward to having a full discussion of the budget and bylaws and certain other things and get town meeting underway.
Yeah, I do think there has been some anticipation that returning to in-person will be good in a number of ways, including perhaps streamlining the meetings a little bit. We'll see how that goes.
Yes.
Okay, so I had mentioned that there's some construction going on in Chestnut Street area because that's so close to the center of town. I know that you want residents to know, get some information about that.
So we've started repaving Chestnut Street. We've done a preliminary repaving. It actually looks fairly smooth now, but there's still more work to be done. There will be travel lanes accessible to the public, but you might experience delays driving along Chestnut Street. And so if you have the ability to drive a different route, I would recommend that. We estimate that work in that area will be done by the end of June. So a couple more months of both repaving and reconfiguring some of the crosswalks and so forth to make it a safer area for everybody. We will continue to post updates on progress on the town website if you're interested. But again, it is pretty close to the center of town. And so, a lot of people do drive through there. They might look for a different route.
And you also have an update on the Veterans Honor Roll, which is lodged just outside the Central Firehouse. What can you tell us about that?
So we have a major project that has been approved by the Capital Planning Committee. We've gotten some state, and we're applying for some federal funding to totally redo that veterans area. One of the things that exists there now is a roll, an honor roll of Arlington veterans. It's printed on paper, enclosed in a glass-covered case. What the plan is to update those names and transfer the things that are on paper now, eventually to be engraved in a stone there. We also have to add a number of names. There are about 12,000 Arlington veterans who aren't currently on those lists that we need to add. So we wanted veterans' families to know that this is happening. If for some reason over the years you've noticed any typos in names that you recognize, please let the Veterans Service Office know. But I think this will be a big project, one that I think will be important in giving recognition to the men and women in Arlington who've served in our armed forces.
Thank you. Are there any other upcoming events that you wanted to share, or any other news?
Well, we're very busy these days. We've just published our 2002 annual report. That is a report from all
Sorry,
of our
2022, right?
2022, yes, 2022, yes. I'm skipping ahead 20 years. 2022 annual report. It's a good source for people who want to see what some of the goals and objectives of different departments are. It's been an award-winning report from the Mass Municipal Association for many years. So that will be on the town website, and residents can pick up copies beginning on April 24th. And town meeting members will all get a copy at the first day of town meeting. In terms of upcoming events, there are several. Starting on April 22nd, we have an EcoFest, which is community, student groups, town departments, kind of celebrating Earth Day and teaching people about a whole number of events here in town, things they can do. There are community cleanups for our parks and playgrounds. There are how to fix it clinics, swap sheds, and we're even having a puppet show. So it's a good chance to learn how to participate in town, help protect the environment. Again, that schedule is on the town website. On April 30th, we have Arlington Resources and Connection Fair, which is sponsored by our Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Office as part of the Human Services Network. It will start on Sunday, the 30th at 12 and go to 3 in the Town Hall Auditorium. It's free. It's bringing local organizations and town departments together to build more connections with residents, showcasing the kind of services that our DEI office and many local organizations bring. For example, Arlington Eats, the Arlington Housing Authority, the Council on Aging, and many others. If you have an interest in attending and you need access to either ADA accommodations or language services, you can contact the DEI Community Engagement Coordinator, Teresa Marzilli, who works for HHS. The day before that, a different event, we're having a truck pull. This is something that's gone on for 4 years now. It has started with the fire department doing a truck pull of their fire engines. There are different teams. There's a fire department team. There's a police department team. There's other teams organized by certain residents. It's all a fundraiser for the Relay for Life. It's money going to the American Cancer Society. So you can come out and watch people pull trucks, see who can pull a truck 50 feet the fastest. You can make donations via the town website. So it's a friendly competition. It will be at St. Camilla's Parish Church and starting at 10 on April 29th.
All right, well, let's hope for some good weather on next Saturday, the 29th for that.
I know, you hope it's dry so you can hold on to the rope.
That's right. It's going to be hard enough pulling those trucks.
Exactly. One more event I just want to mention, I've mentioned it before, but on May 2nd, we're going to have a forum on artificial turf. There's been a lot of discussion in town around artificial turf fields from all sides of that perspective. And so we will have a chance to discuss, I think, some of the pluses and minuses of artificial turf fields, what the town might do to encourage their safety and environmental protection. And I think it will also be helpful for people who are town meeting members who are interested in these discussions relative to an item that is on the town meeting warrant. It's co-sponsored by the Parks and Rec Commission and the Conservation Commission, and will have participation from the town health department. So, and we do have an outside facilitator from the Consensus Building Institute who will come and facilitate the conversation. So we don't have just one side versus another, but we try to get to some mutual understanding of issues. So I would encourage people to show up for that at Town Hall on the 2nd.
Several of the things you just mentioned in this last little section ACMi will also be in attendance. We'll have a table at the Connections and Resource Fair and hope to talk to people. And of course, we'll be covering the Artificial Turf Forum and the truck pull, in fact. So looking forward, speaking on behalf of my colleagues, looking forward to being at these various events and to interacting with the public. Maybe we'll see you there as well. That would be a delight. But thanks for sharing. That's a lot. As it turned out, even a fuller town hall update than usual, I would say.
A lot going on.
A lot going on. Of course, there's a lot going on, Sandy. We're going to make sure that's the case right through July 31st, just for you.
Great.
Anyway, are we done?
We're done
All
for
right.
today. Thanks.
All right. Well, I have been speaking with Sandy Pooler. He is our town manager for this town hall update. Yeah, he's a busy guy, and he takes the time to be with us. We appreciate that. So do you, and we appreciate it as well. So this is a town hall update. I'm James Milan. We'll see you next time.